Hey guys, so I wanted to do this video because I wanted to get it out of the way because I have other things I want to do, and since I carried the original version of this knife, I figured that I could probably just do a quick update to you know, some of the changes that were made. So what I've got here, and the reason we're doing this inside is it's been pretty windy outside. I tried to video this intro once outside earlier today, and it just was so windy you couldn't hear real well. I have in my hand the Skaha II. So the guys at let's go this way with it. I'm trying to get some of that light, better lighting. So the guys at North Arm Knives have made some changes. Some of them I like, some of them I'm not 100% sure that I like. But still overall, in the price point at $189, you're looking at still probably one of the best buys on the market, and it's the Skaha II. So basically the only things they changed were they gave a little bit more size to the sharpening choil. They shortened the flipper tab, and they changed the pocket clip. Now, of all the changes, the only one that I don't really appreciate too much is the pocket clip. The other one wasn't great, but I am not a fan of these bent wire clips like this. So I am probably going to find, it looks like it's the same size as one of the Spyderco wire clips. There are aftermarket ones out there for that. So now I will tell you, and we'll look at it in a minute, that this is still probably one of the sharpest knives out of the box that you're going to you're going to be able to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it was packaged, and we'll basically, like, it's already been opened. I'm going to show you what it comes with, how it's packaged, and then we'll take a good close look at the knife. So hang on just a second. All right, guys. So this is basically how the knife comes packaged. It's pretty much a nondescript white box, but on the inside they have, it's kind of cool the way they've done it. So you have a business card with their information, which I definitely want, because I want to be able to get in touch with these guys and just tell them how much I really like this knife. And then there is some information it comes with, which is a spec sheet. Basically, tells you how to open it, how to close it, carrying it. Do not remove the pocket clip screw. It also holds the lock bar in place. That is something that I really wish that they could come up with a way to do that. It has care, sharpening, all that. Do not use it as a pry bar, screwdriver, things like that. Stainless steel can discolor under certain conditions. As soon as possible after exposure, clean as described above. So yeah, you get this, and then you get the knife, and it comes on a nice little bird's nest, which this is only getting saved because I wanted to be able to show you guys. I can kind of appreciate this. I'm a country boy. So you get your knife, just like the last version, milled G10, really, really well done and comfortable. The pocket clip, like I said, not a fan of the pocket clip, and the only thing that I can see about the pocket clip that I don't like, and I'm going to talk to them about it, the screw that's in the pocket clip sticks through, and it's not severe, but it's just enough that I'm not a fan of how far it protrudes. You know what I mean? I guarantee that they know what they're doing. Anyway, so your blade is just like the other one. It is a CNC milled blade, and I have to tell you, just like the one that I borrowed from Vinny Nero to do a review on, it is ridiculously sharp out of the box. I would not even think about sharpening this knife. And I did some macros. I might throw one in. Some people were saying that they thought that they were hand sharpened on Waterstones. I'll show you the macro. It's not. That's a belt edge. It's just a very fine belt edge that I think has been refined on a leather strop, on a leather belt, on that 2x72. Let me get get this into focus. Same as the last one, you get the same engraving, the company name, made in British Columbia, S35BN, and then as before, right there, you get the year or the month and year of manufacture. So once you flip it open, you no longer see that. That's only on the space right there. One little thing about it, the jimping on this is really, really, really sharp. It's gonna get, mine is gonna get a go on a Scotch-Brite wheel to clean it up. So I'm gonna take care of that probably tomorrow. But I just wanted to try and get some looks at this. This jimping is really sharp, but you know, I don't really need that jimping so much. This knife is not so sharp, so that's probably gonna get run on a Scotch-Brite wheel either, or as well. It's just, it's, all of the jimping is really sharp, which is okay if you're in gloves, but if you're using bare fingers on this, that is just really sharp. It just kind of tears at your finger. That's my only real criticism of it. Like, I could even live, I can deal with the pocket clip being something I don't really appreciate so much, because overall the knife is just pretty amazing. So give me a second. I'm gonna go get some edge testing material, and we'll take a look at how sharp this thing is. All right, guys, so here's just so you guys can see it. This is probably the best belt edge I've ever come across. And I've done a couple belt edges, and I'm pretty particular about how things are sharpened. And I'm gonna tell you, this is stupid sharp, guys. Like, dangerous sharp. Don't get one of these and think you're just gonna be able to play around with it and let it, you know, it will bite you and it'll get your attention. So there's that. Now, I will say, one of the things that I mentioned in my previous video, and I'll turn this around to talk about it so that you guys, I'll explain this face to face. So one of the things that I mentioned in my first video was the amazing action on this knife, and they accomplish it in a specific way. There's other people that do it. There's not a detent ball in there. What it is it's just a stud. It's a small detent post, and it's a flat top detent. So what it looks like is they pressed a ball in there and then it's flat. I can't tell, I haven't taken it apart to tell whether it's ceramic, but it's smooth, so I'm assuming it might be a ceramic detent stud. So it's a flat detent. Grimsmo Brothers use it. This knife reminds me a lot of the Rask. Matter of fact, I've had a few Rasks come in for sharpening, and I can honestly say I would probably, let me turn it back this way again. I would probably take this over a Rask for what it is. I really, really like this knife. With the action being as amazing as it is, it's, wow, it's so incredibly snappy. There's no way for it not to deploy. There's very little play, but you can't, you know, a lot of times knives that have a little bit of play, you can get them to swing part way open. I've done it on a bunch of really high-end knives with really strong detent. If you just give it some weak pressure and just barely overcome that, it'll slide by. This one you can't do that with. I have done it on a Grimsmo Norseman because they are just so, the detent bar, the lock bar on those are just, it's pretty light spring tension on those. But this, I honestly could say that of the two, I would rather have this than a Rask. It just feels better in hand. It's lighter. This is amazingly light with the G10. There's the only steel that's in the handles are the screws and the lock bar for that frame lock. Well, liner lock, actually. And it's not even a true liner. There's not even really a liner per se. It's just that one piece that's in there. And the only thing that holds it in place is your screw here. So, yeah, I've never had a knife that hits so many of the wickets at that price point. You know, you always have some lower, you know, there's knives that I have in my collection that are cheap. Sorry, I had to do an edit. My wife called. My daughter hurt her toe and had to go to ice skating. So what I was saying was, I have cheaper knives in my collection that have got some things that are good about them, but then there's a litany of other problems. And then you have some that are high-end knives, and they've got some minor issues like pocket clips and things like that. The only thing on this that I don't like is pocket clip, and it's not that bad of a pocket clip, to tell you the truth. Like, of the lesser evil, it's not as sharp as the original one. I'm not a fan of this. I'll probably get used to it, but like I said, at the price point, $189, just under $200, I've got everything in this knife that I would really want in a knife for a good, hard use knife. Really thin, easy to use, easy to resharpen, good steel. S35EN is a good steel. Grip handles that, even if they're wet, are gonna still be grippy. A pocket clip that's got a good bit of tension. Action that's amazing. And with that jimping, if you're a guy that wears gloves a lot for work, that's amazing. That's what you want. It would, let's see. A lot of times there's knives that you have a real hard time. I'm wearing welding gloves. Now, generous cutout to get to your lock bar. I mean, that's significant. That is a significant cutout to get to your lock bar on that frame or on that liner lock. And to be able to do it in welding gloves, to hold on to that in a pair of welding gloves and be able to deploy that, that's a lot. I mean, gloves, this is a good outdoor work knife for a guy that's in the wilderness wearing gloves, doing stuff that most of us aren't going to be doing. For the guy that's opening letters and opening boxes and shit here in San Diego, California, I'm going to take that jimping off, because my knives get a lot of use, but they don't get as much hard use as they used to. So guys, that's it, man. That's the Skaha II. I did a review on the first one. I'm doing a review on a second one. The difference is this one's mine. So yeah, if you can get on the list to get one, I can't say how much I would recommend it. You know, there's knives that you hear me recommend. I talk about the Ferrum Forged knives. Those are, you know, Ferrum Forged knives. Those are, you're looking at $600 easy on the secondary market for some of their knives. If you're looking for one of their new ones that are doing a 25-piece run, significantly more than 600. You'd probably be closer to 900. That's not in everybody's wheelhouse, but $189 for a really good quality knife definitely puts this on a shelf where not just your knife enthusiasts like myself, but just as the guys on the Knife Nuts podcast say it, your filthy casuals can have a knife that's amazing at a good price point. So, all right, guys, Arm Skaha II, the Arm Skaha II. I think this, I looked online. I'm the first person to really do a video review of the Skaha II. I said, only changes: smaller pocket clip, I'm sorry, smaller flipper tab, different pocket clip, and they opened that up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a more generous sharpening notch or sharpening choil is always a good thing. So, all right, guys, that's it. My daughter had to go to acupuncture and get her toe taken care of, so I'm gonna find out from her. They called, and I told them I'd call them right back after I finish this video. So I got to see if Dr. Park was able to alleviate the toe pain. I think a lot of it is because for some of those jumps, she lands on the toe pick of her skate. She's having some toe pain, almost like turf toe. So, all right, guys, that's it. You guys take it easy, and like always, I'll see you next time.